Yeah, we in here. What's up? What's good? What's popping? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good? This man Theo Butler. I know. I said 1:30. I didn't mean that. I meant 12:30. I did. I know some of y'all probably got some stuff going on right now. You probably caught up in a football game right now. I apologize. But I did not mean 1:30. I didn't. And since I do reserve the right to change some stuff, So, more often than not, when people schedule a live, if they can't make it, it's because they're gonna come in late. I think this is the first time we're doing it, somebody coming in early. But yeah, y'all see what we got going on. We in here for a good time, not for a long time. It's college football Saturday. So I'm not gonna hold nobody. It's probably why I'm coming in at 12:30, so I can go ahead and get on us up out of here. But y'all see what we got going on, though. Y'all see what we got going on. Jonathan Majors, Grace Jabari, his ex, she dropped the allegations in regards to physical abuse, domestic violence, if you will. And with that announcement being what it is, they're starting to get to be, what's going on, Big Javon? What's going on? What's going on? With that being what that is, we're starting to get a pickup in regards to Jonathan Majors returning to the role of one Kang the Conqueror. Now, I just want to go ahead and say, because some folks don't know, so you feel free to research it. There were those that felt like he should not have been terminated in the first place. I'm one of them. That is what that is. There were some that wanted to make much ado about his charges. Well, even though you might not know legalese, if you just research the charges in and of itself, he was essentially found guilty for picking her up against her will and putting her in a position. That's one charge. Picking her up against her will and putting her in a car where she could have been injured. That's the second charge. Putting her in a position where she could have been injured. Those were the two charges he was found guilty for. Anybody and their mama, first-year law student, could have figured that out. So Disney, the MCU, released him from being Kang the Conqueror. Quite a few folks felt like that was wrong, especially when you can look at Ezra Miller and Amber Heard. Like, that's literally sitting right on over there. Both folks got to do their movies and everything. They failed. Well, no, I don't think Aquaman 2 was that bad. But both folks got to, like, nowhere whatsoever did they receive. Now, mind you, Ezra Miller, that's a whole, quite a few violent charges, kidnapping charges, messing with underage minors, and nobody gave two damns. Amber Heard, domestic violence, which is crazy because that was a woman with Johnny Depp, like woman against man. Found both of them. Nobody said a word. DC, Warner Brothers did not blink an eye. The MCU, they let Jonathan Majors go. They let him go. Now, my brother D Real said something last night. He said, why wasn't there an outrage when Michael Clark Duncan portrayed Kingpin? And I can't say I gave that the necessary thought that I needed to, but I have since then. And then there's the other thing. Aldous Hodge, everybody's playing it lately. Everybody's playing it because Aldous Hodge is the latest sexy flexy. Prime, playing the guy that he's playing. A statement. Now, I'm asking myself, are we sharing his statement because we agree with it, or are we sharing his statement because Aldous Hodge said it? And there's the difference between the two. If you agree with it, then yeah, you do understand that people take leeways with our stories when they're not from the culture. and they cannot be from the culture and be us. So I want to make sure I get that right. They can be us and not be from the culture. I guess that's the way I should have said. They can be us, but not be from the culture. So it got me to thinking, because I'm not pressed for Jonathan Majors. Full disclosure, I'm not pressed for Jonathan Majors to come back as Kang the Conqueror. But this is a deep dive conversation, deep dive live. You want him to come back and play Kang the Conqueror for what reason? Because you felt like he got done dirty? I agree, absolutely, 100%. Why should he come back and play Kang? That's Jonathan Majors is a high-profile black actor. Why should he come back and play a white, high-profile comic book character? For what reason? Going back to what my brother Dara asked me last night, Michael Clark Duncan played Kingpin. You didn't hear anything about race swapping back then. Not at all. Would Michael Clark Duncan have been better served playing Luke Cage, though? You as a black person, I'm of the mindset you know more about Kingpin than you do about Luke Cage. And you only learn about Luke Cage because what came on Netflix. You don't know Luke Cage the same way you know the Kingpin. You don't know Luke Cage like you know Carlton Fisk. You don't. You can spit some stuff out about Carlton Fisk that you can't spit out about Luke Cage, student of the game. What up, brother Theo and the Rock with me Nation? What's going on, student of the game? What's going on? Here we go. You like Daredevil? I did. I think Ben Affleck did a good job on that. Did you watch Elektra? Jennifer Garner. I think she did a pretty good job on that one too. Script was what it was. Y'all remember Bob Sapp? Y'all remember Bob Sapp? He was in that movie. What if Bob Sapp would have played Tyrone Cash instead of just playing that character? Y'all know who Tyrone Cash is? But you don't. You don't know what Tyrone Cash is? He from the Ultimate Universe. Same universe we got Nicholas Fury from. Tyrone Cash. It's a Black Hulk. What? Yeah, we got a Black Hulk. Tyrone Cash. Yeah. Would you not know Tyrone Cash if he'd have showed up in Elektra, played by Bob Sapp? Because you don't know that character. That would have been a fresh turn. Watch this. I'll help you out with this. How popular is Blade if he's never seen in live action? No. How much of Blade's popularity is owed to the fact that Wesley Snipes played him and did an immaculate job, by the way? Let me just go ahead and say that. How much, mind you, when considering what Wesley Snipes did with Blade, remember when they said Mahershala Ali was going to play Blade? Why no one ever said the same thing they said in regards to Chadwick Boseman? Nobody can replace Wesley Snipes as Blade. That never asked the question, who can replace Wesley Snipes as Blade? Mahershala Ali sat right there. So when I asked the question in regard to how much more well-known would Luke Cage have been if Michael Clark Duncan would have played him instead? How much more on your mind would Tyrone Cash be if Michael Clark Duncan plays that character in the Elektra movie? See, we know who Kang the Conqueror is, but mind you, let me put it right here so we understand where I'm going with this. As much as the MCU talks about diversity. Tanakh Hawerta did nothing to uplift Namor the Submariner. Nothing. His portrayal of that character did nothing for the Latino community, because you don't see more of their characters represented. And even the Latino character that we do have, the Living Lightning in Avengers Assemble, that's a Latino character. Who know about the Living Lightning? Would Tanakh Hawerta have not been better served, who he is, playing either A, the Living Lightning, or Hector Ayala, the White Tiger? What would he have done for the white Hector Ayala, whom people know literally nothing about? You know Namor already. You know Namor. You've seen Namor. You know who Namor is. You know who Namor isn't. Did Tanakh Hawerta bring any light to that character? Character still white in the comics. They released a miniseries. When that movie came out, the character was white. Did that do anything for the Latino community? Here we go. I like this one. With this telling now, listen to what I'm getting ready to say. Remember when I said it pays to touch these characters in all facets, so you know what's going on with them? Remember I said that? Okay. Well, you got Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror in the first season of Loki, right? Right. Okay, cool. That's not how they marketed that character outside that series. No, in that series, Jonathan Majors was credited as playing He Who Remains. They released an action figure, He Who Remains. That action figure does not say Kang the Conqueror. And He Who Remains looked just like he did in Loki season 1, a black person. But now the action figure, the Kang action figure that they released with the movie, it looks like Jonathan Majors in the face, but it's blue. And there is no alternate head sculpt. So if I'm a Marvel comic book fan, mind you, they released another Kang action figure since then with the hover chair. That Jonathan Majors, Kang the Conqueror, got sandwiched between two Kang comic book action figures. Got sandwiched. Okay, now, if I want that Kang from the MCU version, right? What's the likelihood I'm portraying that as a white character? Stay right there. When they had that going on, Ant-Man and the Quantumania, Daryl and I can both tell you, they released Avengers Beyond, and Jed McKay's current Avengers run. They did. Did you know who popped up in issue 1 of Jed McKay's Avengers run? Kang the Conqueror. Do you know what race Kang the Conqueror was? White. Does Kang the Conqueror really need Jonathan Majors shine? Or maybe could Jonathan Majors have been used better in regards to, I don't know, Adam Brashear? Hell, I go one better. T'Challa. And I know some people gonna be like, Theo. He already played a character in the MCU. You're absolutely right. So did the young lady that showed up in Eternals. She played a character in Captain Marvel. Folks seem to be okay with that. Somebody gonna say, Theo, it's different. It's always different. We always let it be different. when it comes to us. We always make excuses when it comes to us. We say we want more black characters on the screen. Okay, who gonna play them? Who gets to play the black characters on the screen if all the black actors are playing the white characters? And if the black fan ain't checking for the black character to be played live action, why should anybody else? And mind you, it's a loaded question because you can get the black character coming to the big screen or the small screen. You can't cry foul if that black character is portrayed by a white actor. You can't say nothing. You can't say, oh, it's hands off. No, you can't. You didn't say nothing about Michael Clark Duncan. We didn't. The only time we say something is when it's either A, somebody not black gonna play a black character, or and B, somebody that's black that's not dark enough is gonna play a black character. But we not trying to, we don't want Jonathan. That's what we want. We want him to play Kang. Like, for real. Like, it's bad. We talk about, we want equality. We say we want imagery. We say we want representation. Well, damn, how you get it if we ain't doing it? Like, that's what it is. I'm gonna put these glasses on so I keep up with the note. What's going on, Big Ronnie? Folks was too scared to tell Michael Clark Duncan he shouldn't have been Kingpin. I'm just saying, how much more light would he have? Would he not have been better served playing Luke Cage? How much? Because I can honestly tell you right now, I bet it's quite a few people that saw the Netflix show that don't know Luke Cage's origin. Don't know it, can't tell it to you. But they can tell you Bruce. They can tell you Matt. They can tell you Matthew Murdoch, because we didn't see his origin story. They can tell you Peter's. But truth be told, because me and Daryl talked about this last night, how many black people actually know the origin story of one T'Challa and one Aurora Monroe? It's 2024. It's about to be 2025. These characters been around for a minute. I'm just asking the question. How you get to know them? You don't read the comic books. They ain't popping up in the cartoons like that. They ain't showing up live action like that. And when they do show up live action, they one and done. They one and done because we saying can't but one person play them roles. And we perfectly fine with our high profile. Jonathan Majors is a high profile actor. High profile. Could have played Jon Stewart. Ain't nobody say nothing. We want him to play Kang. Jefferson Pierce. Live action, Jefferson Pierce. He could play Jefferson Pierce. Megan Good could be Lynch. No. Who playing Misty Knight? Who know Misty Knight origin story? What black person, because we don't really know Sam Wilson's origin story either. And Anthony Mackie been playing Sam Wilson for how long now? Where else do you get Sam Wilson's origin story? No. Sam Wilson been in the MCU for how long now? And do you really know his origin story? Because that's not it. And that ain't it. Mr. Terrific is getting ready to show up in a Superman movie. Do you know Mr. Terrific's origin story? He been around for a minute. And you didn't seen him. He didn't popped up in Justice League cartoon. Yep. Showed up over there on the Arrowverse. That is not his origin story. It ain't. And let me ask this question. As much as you care about Jonathan Majors coming back to play the role of Kang, do you care the same way about any of these black characters seeing the light of day? Jonathan Majors could have played Icon. He sure could. He could have played Icon. Megan Good could play Rocket. 1-800-BLK-HERO. Do we care as a people? We keep saying we want certain things. Well, how do we get them to the, how do we get these characters to the big screen with some cachet, with some star power, if all the black stars playing the white characters? And we keep campaigning for it. Because I don't want us to divert. I don't want us to deflect. What's going on? I tell them I don't want us to deflect. I want us to ask ourselves some serious questions. You don't see Jonathan Majors playing nothing else? You don't think there's a black fictional character out there that could use his shine? He just got to come back and play Kang the Conqueror? Let me ask this question. Because we get taught this as kids, and we teach it to our children. We don't do it as a people, though. We don't embrace that philosophy as a people. We do as individuals. We embrace it as individuals. We tell our children to embrace it. We get mad at our children if they go against it. Why we want him back at Disney? If the feeling is that Disney, the MCU, did him wrong, why do we want him to go back to somebody that treated him wrong? That's essentially you telling your best friend to go be with his or her ex after their ex broke up with them because of what somebody else said. So the ex didn't believe them. The ex believed what the world had to say. And now that the ex done found out the world was lying, you telling your homeboy or your homegirl, hey man, go get back with your ex. Hey girl, go, you need to go work it out. If the ex gave two damns about them, the ex wouldn't have never locked in with what the world had to say. You want them to go back for some more of that? Disney, the MCU, did not give Jonathan Majors the same benefit of the doubt that Ezra Miller and Amber Heard got, and you want them to go back? Where's the self-respect in that? No, I'm asking a fair question. Where's the self-respect in that? Gimo Chan played two different characters. Let Majors beat T'Challa. Exactly. But you remember the question we asked? What's going on, Terry? You remember the question we asked, though, right? We asked who could replace Chadwick Boseman. I don't know. Jonathan Majors. I don't know. Aldous Hodge. I don't know. Damson Idris. And mind you, they're not replacing Chadwick Boseman as a human being. They're just replacing Chadwick Boseman as the actor to play the role. That's all that is. I don't know why we kept going way over here and going way over there. You cannot replace a human being. That ain't what that is. And can't nobody step in and replace him as his brother to Derek and Kevin. That you can't do that. No, you just picking up the role that's been vacated, unfortunately, but vacated. But if I want Jonathan Majors to come back, because I know Jonathan Majors is him, he is, why I want him to come back as the white character? I don't see no value in the black characters. Because mind you, anybody and their mama could have been cast as anybody. Think about what I'm getting ready to say. Any white actor could have came in and played the role of Kang the Conqueror, and that character was still going to be that character. There's nothing a white actor could do to diminish the characters. Think about what I'm saying. There's nothing a white actor can do to diminish Kang the Conqueror as a character. There wasn't a damn thing old boy could do on that Netflix Iron Fist series that could mess up Danny Rand as a character. Nothing. No, Danny Rand still gonna be Danny Rand. Whether you play him good or bad, Danny Rand gonna be Danny Rand. But wait a minute. When do we get the black actor to play, I don't know, Night Thrasher? Do we know Night Thrasher? Night Thrasher been around since I was a kid. Who? You black. You know something about Dwayne Taylor? He got money like Bruce. He got an origin story similar to Bruce. We don't know nothing about him. Why not? We don't know nothing about the Taylor Foundation. He been around for a minute. We can't think of nobody to play him. Could Michael B. Jordan play him? Could any of the actors, that young black male actors that's showing up on BMF, play him? Book of Power? Hell, what about this? Tyreek, the boy from Ghost Son, he could play him. He could. That's a different role. He ain't got to be this thug now. He ain't got to be this gangster now. Now he can be a black superhero. Who asking for that though? Do we even know Night Thrasher? As black content providers, as black superhero fans, as black MCU fans, do we know these black characters exist, or we just know what's in front of us? We got Wakanda and that's it. I like this one. Where's the live action Miles Morales? We can't think of nobody to play him. Honestly, the young brother that played Elijah Bradley in Falcon and the Winter Soldier would have been better served to play Miles Morales, because he's actually light enough, because Miles is Afro-Latino. He ain't straight up black, so that would make sense and everything like that. But where that at? What about the brother from Dope that voices Miles Morales? He can't play the Prowler? And how long we been waiting on a live action Prowler? Miles Brown from Blackish, you can get that too. What about the brother that from the movie Dope? He can't play a black character. He can play Dwayne. He can't. Well, he probably have to put some weight on and everything like that. Ain't no black character he can play. We're satisfied with Jonathan Majors. We're satisfied with our top black actors playing white characters, if not just doing voiceovers for black characters, but none of the black characters that actually exist in the comic book show up on the big screen. Small screen. DC at least gave us Curtis. They at least gave us Vixen. And if I'm not mistaken, when they gave us that Legends of Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, I forget it, Dr. Midnight was a brother. Dr. Midnight was a sister in Stargirl. And what's the dude from Infinity Watch? I can't remember his name, but he was a brother. And he's not a brother in the comics. So at least Warner Brothers DC, they made Iris Allen a sister. Here we go. We fine with Iris Allen being a sister? Asking a question. Nobody had a problem when Candace Patton played Iris Allen? I'm asking for a reason. And I just hope we woke enough. If you need to get you some coffee, go and get you some coffee. I just hope we woke enough to understand why I'm asking the question. We was fine with Candace Patton playing Iris. She did a great job, by the way. She did a great job. Y'all ain't see that jab, so you ain't see the setup. You ain't see the setup? I've been looking at it for a minute now. So you ain't had no problem with Michael Clark Duncan playing the kingpin. All right. All right. And you ain't had no problem with Candace Patton playing Iris Allen? No, none at all. None. Okay. All right. So I just want to make sure we clear, because I'm gonna be off over here, chilling, minding my own John Brown business. You get a white T'Challa. You get a white Lynn Stewart. I know, cause some folks acted a whole donkey during that Young Justice series, season 3 or 4, when Jefferson was kicking it with a white woman. Oh, you upset about him kicking it with a white woman, but you ain't had no problem with Barry being married to no sister. You okay with Okoye being white? How about Aurora? Because it's an actress that can tell you what is Charlize Theron. Ain't she African? So I know where I'm at in this. I know where I'm at in this, and I'm perfectly fine on my square. I'm just asking us some tough questions, because you can't be mad if you settling or you begging for some other stuff that's contradictory to what you really want. Keep up. Brown has actually been campaigning to be Miles Morales. I'm gonna send you the photo. Hey, we need that. Big Terry in the building. Big Terry in the building. I ain't gonna be rude to everybody. Y'all greeting one another. Student of the game in the building. Javon in the building. So Miles Brown from Blackish. Listen. You know what? He has campaigned. Now I know the brother that you're talking about. I had to think about it for a second. He has campaigned. He should get it based on his skin complexion. Why are we only getting Miles Morales animated? Ain't it already been hinted he's in the MCU? Ain't that what happened with Donald Glover? He said, "Man, I got to get to my nephew's birthday party." That's Miles. Oh, what's the holdup? I can't get. I can't do nothing for my black son, can I can't take my black son to no feel good movie in the Marvel when it come to. I couldn't take him to go see Black Panther because that was trash. I can't take him to be a young black superhero. No, damn, that's tough. That you know what? We got Miles at the house. Shout out to Flash by Night Marvel. We got Miles at the house. We got young Miles. We got adult Miles. We got invisible Miles. Yeah, we got Miles at the house. We don't need all that. We got Miles at the house. We got Miles at the house. We want that representation. We can get him at the house. I have to be honest with you all. I was okay with Candace Patton playing Iris West until I learned about the character, the Flash, and his surrounding characters. I was a kid. Iris was white. That's Wally's aunt, and I'm saying it, and I know it might. I had no problem with it. I had no. Okay, was she okay? All right, okay, all right. I ain't had no problem with it. Okay, well they gave us excess. She in the she in the Legion of Superheroes. I don't know how that happened, but okay. Is she related to Barry? All right. and I don't know which one it is, but one of the tornado twins is, and she should actually be biracial. One of the tornado twins is her parents, and the other tornado twin is Bart's parent. Okay, all right. I got Bart coming to the present timeline, but I ain't get XS coming to the present timeline. So you know she looked like how she's supposed to on the CW, light-skinned it. Right, right. So I got her there. Where's the other representation of that though? Because that is a speedster. Do we know about, watch this? Do we know? You're a black comic book fan, you're a black superhero fan. That's a black superhero. That's a speedster. Do you know her origin story? You ain't got it but one time. I want us to think about how many superheroes we've gotten live action, regardless, for whatever reason, one and done. Y'all like Theo? Think about what I just said. I've been living for almost 60 years now. We got one Blade. We got one Black Lightning. We've had two Storms, one Bishop, one Darwin, one Sam Wilson, one James Rose. You see how many ones I'm saying? One. One. You ain't getting a one. Well, where do you get the representation and imagery at if it's just one and done? If it's just one and done, where you get the imagery and the representation from? If it's just one and done, where do you get the knowledge from? If it's just one and done. And what lie did I just tell? It's one and done. Thunder, one and done. Lightning, one and done. Give me outside of Aurora, give me the black hero that keep popping up. That's a lot of ones. Now mind you, during that time frame that you getting ones, you getting black actors playing white characters. They not changing where they need to change. Empty representation. I like Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. I do. I get more Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury on Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and Avengers Assemble. That's two cartoons that I get in the comics. And I'm not going to throw up there and talk about MCU's Secret Invasion. That was trash. That didn't do anything to elevate the character. Well, Samuel L. Jackson ain't elevated that character other than folks like him live action. But in the comics, they ain't doing a damn thing with black Nick Fury. They ain't doing a damn thing with white Nick Fury. So really, what did Samuel L. Jackson do for that character? Nothing. I like this one. Could you imagine Samuel L. Jackson playing next to old Bunny as the other editor, as Robbie, the editor in the Daily Bugle? Could you imagine what that dynamic would be like? Old boy being J. Jonah Jameson and Samuel L. Jackson adding his element of him, his persona to Robbie. Now we got Samuel L. Jackson playing the role of Robbie. You as a black person, black comic book fan, you know who Robbie is. Do you even know Robbie's relationship to the Prowler? No, you don't. No, you don't. You know Wally's relationship to Barry. You know Carol's relationship to Clark, but you don't know that relationship. Why not? It ain't important. It ain't significant. It's black. We keep talking about we want black equality. Well, I don't know if we as a people, we know what black equality really is. Because we say we want this over here. Is it that you want the black characters, the black actors to play white characters, or do you want black characters to play, I'm gonna say black actors to play black characters, or do you not care? Because if you don't care about whether or not black actors play white characters, don't get in your feelings when at some point in time you get white actors playing black characters. And I need us to know that's already occurred. Didn't Angelina Jolie play a real life black woman? Then we get Gods of Egypt. That was recent. Okay. Well, you can't be mad at somebody for playing one of your characters that you really ain't showed no interest in, and you content to play theirs. That's an uncomfortable truth. I know some of us don't want to hear that because some of us want Jonathan Majors to come back and play Kang. I'm asking you, you don't see no value in him. You don't see more value in him playing the role of a black character as opposed to just coming back playing Kang? Is that all you see for him? Is that all you see for yourself? That's good enough? Is that good enough? If that's what it is, that's what it is. That ain't no question I got to answer. Is that good enough for you? Is that what you want? When we have all of these black characters sitting out here that we can't see, that ain't being used, ain't being brought to either the small screen or big screen, are we perfectly fine with our high profile black actors and actresses consistently playing white characters that ain't gonna ever change? And that means something because somebody gets to sit there and read it. If you read it, you believe it. If you believe it, you feel like you can achieve it. I'm sorry, it is what that is. It's something to be said about seeing yourself in something. Is that what we're saying? Is that, if that's what we're saying, that's what we're saying. But I want us to be consistent with it. Think about what you're saying. Think about what you want. And if you think it ain't that big of a deal because that's what you want, you ain't the only one that's necessarily thinking that way. So it might be a whole bunch of people feel that way. Then it is a big deal. Because you say you want black imagery. You say you want black representation at the sacrifice of what? And I'm going to end this with this. I'm going to get on up out of here. Where are these roles at? I asked this question, and my brother said last night, you know, hey, people taking what they can get and everything like that. You know, actors don't really care about the role. I get it. I understand it. The guy that hangs over my right shoulder, he cared about what roles he took. He ain't the only one. Folks feel some type of way about Michael Jai White. Now, Michael Jai White always plays a strong black male. Whether it's in comedy in his movies or whether it's an action movie, Michael Jai White always plays a strong black male. Okay. I'm just asking questions. We say we want it. Do we really? Or is it just a nice little talking point? Where is my brother's movie at? Where that movie at? Where's my Friday movie at? Where's my Are We There Yet movie? Where's my Friday After Next movie? Where is my Best Man movie? Where is my what's my favorite movie? I forgot the dang, I shoot, it's where's the movie with LL Cool J when he played with the other three brothers? Deliver Us from Evil. That was funny, right? Have Plenty. Where's that movie at? This Christmas, where's that movie at? Like, where are those movies at that we used to go to with a whole bunch of black actors, actresses, whether they came from the R&B world, whether they came from the rap world, whether they came from the comedy world, whether they came from the dramatic world. Where are those movies at that we used to go and see and go laugh at, come kick the bobo and discuss? Because those were opportunities. Those were black movies being filled with black actors and actresses that had black cast. Where are those movies at? Where are those movies at? I've been asking this for like 2-3 years, and we seem to keep acting like, nah, it's the eye test. You see it just like I see it. If you've been living, if you in your 40s, you live long enough to see where things have shifted. And if we think that does not affect our perception of ourselves as a people, you boy, look, you fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself. Those are the roles right there. Oh no, our black actors and actresses don't have opportunities, don't have them roles because they gone. Well, how did they leave? Why is Morris Chestnut not on the big screen? Who could Morris Chestnut play in the MCU? Who could Morris Chestnut play in Warner Brothers, DC? Where's Tyrese at? Where's Tank at? I get it. Ice Cube got the big three. Where's Ice Cube at? Back in the day, I could go to the movie theater and see my favorite comedians pop up in the movie. Where they at? I just want us to ask the right questions. We say what we want. Well, it's hard to get what you want if you're going to keep settling. It's hard to get what you want if you're not going to be very, very distinctive and clear about what you want. It's hard to get what you want when you're going to keep making excuses. I don't need Jonathan Majors to come back to the MCU, not unless he's coming back as T'Challa, son of T'Chaka. It's quite a few black heroes Jonathan Majors could play should he come back to the MCU. Quite a few black roles he could play. Bill Foster. Does anybody know Bill Foster origin story? You got him in the MCU. Played by Lawrence Fishburne. Do you know anything about the character? They gave that little piece of behind character representation of it in the second season of What If, but do you know? Hell, do we know who T'Chaka is? I do. I do, but that's not fair. I put myself into it to want to know. But you are MCU fan, you're a black comic book fan, black superhero fan. Do you really know about T'Chaka like that, or all you know is what you got in the MCU? Why Denzel Washington can't play a younger T'Chaka? Oh, Mark. I find most versions of Kane boring anyway. That being said, I want to see what Dave Patel could have done with the role. I just be wondering. I be looking at the needle like this, Mr. Martin. What about the character that they could play that actually represent their people? Because like I said, I don't see too many Hispanic people talking about Namor, more. I don't. That ain't move the needle. I don't see nothing on the talking boards and everything like that on the social media boards. Oh, name of this and name. No, ain't nobody talking about what is it? Talokan. When anybody seen Talokan trending? No. Have we heard anything about the White Tiger recently? Other than the fact that, oh, it's going to take place in Daredevil. Okay. But that's going to motivate the character. Have we done some build up, some synergy for people to even want to check in with that? Because I'm reading comic books and I'm just telling you, White Tiger, any version you pick, ain't nowhere to be found. White Tiger ain't nowhere to be found, so we can't even build that up. So that is not a talking point on social media. Oh Lord, they got the white tiger. Oh, what they doing this with the white? You know how we talking about Aurora and Storm and everything? Like, no, ain't no conversation going on about the white tiger. I'm into thinking of Denzel Washington as Uncle Sion, maybe. I mean, that be, you know what? Here's the thing. They already used Sion in the MCU, Big Terry. And what they did was they put Sion in the comic book prequel to the Black Panther movie. And Sion is not related to anybody in the royal family. Sion just worked at the Wakanda Scientific Institute. That's it. So kind of like that whole thing that they did with what they did with Hunter, just gave his name to Bucky. Kind of like that same thing they did with Zara Barry. They just gave his name to the lady who played the tribal elder. They just effed up Sion. Sion ain't relevant. So Sion ain't relevant. Zara Barry wasn't relevant, and Hunter wasn't relevant. And I just need us to know Sion is T'Challa's uncle. Zara Barry is T'Challa's mystical advisor, and Hunter is T'Challa's older brother. Take from that what you will. Do you know any of that as an MCU fan? Do you care about any of that as a Black Panther fan? Is any of that relevant? Because as my brother Kamoyo said, there are key components to every story that you got to get right for that story to be the story about that character. We reading Batman, absolute Batman right now. That's still Bruce Wayne. And I done read quite a few Batman stories, and I'm here to tell you, I don't care what universe Bruce pop up in. I don't care what timeline Bruce pop up in. I don't even care how Bruce look. It's still Bruce. Here, I remember when Bruce got lost in the timeline after being hit by them dark side death ray, right? When he got lost through time, he was Bruce in every time period. Give a damn what he looked like. And we know that, but we sit up here and make excuses for us. I blame the Black actors for taking those roles. If they don't take the roles, then the studios would care. Well, I understand that. I can appreciate that. Here's the way I looked at it, though. You and this is just me trying to be fair, give people the benefit of the doubt. You and I know what we know because of what we do. We are experts in our respective fields because of what we do. We know what we know because of what we do. The actor, regardless of who they are, that's not their field of expertise. Their field of expertise is acting. And so as much as I'm thinking, as much as we attribute hours to the day in doing what we do, they do the same thing in doing what they do. Thus, I'm willing to give the actor the benefit of the doubt of not knowing about the character prior to someone offering them the role. But if I can look at a picture, I have it on my phone, of Chadwick Boseman sitting somewhere reading up on Black Panther, Jack Kirby run. If I can look at that, that's an actor researching his role. Well, then I'm asking the question of, it's one thing to not know about the character prior to being offered the role. How is it you don't care about the character after accepting the role? I said it before, but I get it. We've seen the actor strike and everything like that. I understand the struggles, the challenges that Black actors are facing. We're not getting that many projects with Black actors anymore. We just have to, the eye test is what that is. We're not getting those feel-good projects more often than not. It's something dealing with trauma porn. I asked the question in regards to Black exploitation because when I look at Hollywood Shuffle and I'm looking at Robert Townsend in the mirror talking about, he loved me. I got to get my payback for he acting like a thug. He acting like a goon. Then he's going to these auditions and he's being told how he got to act. You not being black enough. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, because that's easy for me to put in current day time frame. Woody, from the New Edition movie, Woody went to school at FAMU. Let's stay right there. So he not no thug. He not. He's not a thug. The young man went to school over there in Florida at FAMU and got an education. That is what that is. Okay, when we get him playing Bobby Brown, does an excellent enough job, they give him a spinoff movie. So is this what I'm finna look at? Is this Woody's defining role, what they got him doing on Sunday? I can't see him. I cannot get to see that young talented brother play anything else. Hell, here we go. Who could play T'Challa? Woody. He ain't dark enough. Why Woody can't? Because we've been brainwashed to see him only do stuff like that. That's going to be his claim to fame. Oh, I was on BMF. Or I was on Book of Power. That's it. That's no different than me looking at Monique. I'm like, damn, that's it. That's all we got for Monique. That's it. As incredibly talented as she is, that's all we got. And don't nobody need to say nothing to me. Oprah Winfrey Network, is Dr. Phil still over there? Because if Dr. Phil over there, I don't know why ain't nobody else over there that look like us. Okay, Tyler Perry got a studio. Spike Lee got a studio. John Singleton got a studio. Did Antoine Fuqua, did he have a studio? No, I ain't didn't have no studio. This dude got a studio. We should be turning out the movies like that. We should be. Any black director that's got a good script should be, hey, can I use your studio? Pay that change and go about your business. Give us some feel-good movie. What? People say what they want to about Nick Cannon. When we gonna get the next Nick Cannon movie? Y'all didn't like them movies? They wasn't the greatest, but they wasn't bad either. I like Drumline. You ain't like Drumline? I did. What about the movie with him and Steve Harvey in it? That movie was corny, but it was a feel-good movie. There was no black trauma in that. I could at least put that on a DVD and watch it. Okay, we don't get nothing like that no more. And that's crazy, because ain't DC Young Fly out there? Did we see DC Young Fly in the movie? Wasn't he funny? We can't get a movie with the whole crew for 85 South? Why not? We got Cheech and Chong back in the day. I don't know what to tell y'all. We used to get Cheech and Chong movies back in the day. And I was a whole ass kid watching Cheech and Chong. I'm a grown ass man. I can't get Carlos, Chico, and oh boy, 85. Why not? I'm just asking questions. Student of the game, how did Henry Simmons not get cast as Luke Cage when he was younger? Like I said, there's quite a few of us. We saw him over there, Luke Cage, but you don't really know Luke Cage's origin story, and you ain't that, but you know everybody else's though. You know everybody else's because they put everybody else's out there. Well, you ain't asking why yours ain't being put out there with the same volume, the same frequency, or you just satisfied what we get. Brother Theo, what's good? What's going on, Big Rashad? What's going on? KC Vic, what's going on? Denzel could play Moses Magnum. I ain't mad at that. Now, what would Denzel bring to the table? He played Moses Magnum. We gonna know who Moses Magnum is as a villain. Some of us gonna start research. Go, who the hell is? You know who Moses. Now some, not all, not many, gonna be moved. Go, let me go get me a Moses Magnum comic book store. Let me go order me a digital comic with Moses Magnum. Now you go, okay, that's Moses Magnum. But you're not saying to yourself, you know what, in me researching, me talking about, now Moses Magnum start trending. Now all you got to do is keep your foot on the gas pedal where you always want you some Moses Magnum. After Denzel playing, and when we gonna get us some more Moses Magnum. That's how people generate a fan base. That's how people put demand for a character. Ain't that what happened with John Krasinski? While people keep talking about stuff that can't happen. John Krasinski was a fan casting. Black folks, I need us to stop letting folks tell us what's not possible. John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic was a fan casting. Channing Tatum as Gambit was fan casted. That's what that was. Bringing back bringing back, I saw it last week, Wesley Snipes as Blade, that was fan casting. You sat up there and got all those fan castings. Hell, Hugh Jackman was a fan casting coming back as Wolverine. Henry Cavill being Wolverine in that movie was a fan casting. I don't know how we sit up there as critical thinking people, let folks keep telling us what ain't possible, what we can't do, what we shouldn't do, and they keep doing it right in front of our face. Yeah, Moses Magnum, that does make a lot of sense. I wanted Luke Evans' name and still do. You're not wrong for that. You're not wrong for that. Wait, watch this. Luke Evans, that was the one that played Dracula, right? So I'm watching, and I said this to my brother D Real a while ago. I said, you know, that would have been some great synergy if Chadwick would have kept, because wasn't Luke Evans in, wasn't he in Message from the King? Henry Simmons didn't get the Luke Cage part because he said yes to the white character he played. See how that go? See how that go? See. To get back to your question, student of the game, I'm of the mindset that, and if we joke and laugh about it, that we set up a 1-800 hotline for Black actors to call in when somebody get them the role of a character and they don't know, they give it 1-800 BLKHERO, and we be like, who they got you playing? Simon Williams? That's a white character. No, that character ain't never been black. No, you got a white brother. Schizophrenic. The character low key a coward. Like the character, for the character to be who he is, he dealing with some insecurity issues. You should. That's what they offer you. Well, no Bishop, T'Challa. Damn, that's crazy. What about Prowler? They ain't do that for you. Luke Cage? No. So they just offered you the white role. How you feel about that? You don't want to play black character? Adam Bashir? I mean, you just played Dr. Manhattan. I'm just thinking, you playing Dr. Manhattan, you playing Simon Williams is a step down from Dr. Manhattan. That's quite a few steps down. Like, you literally play the god over here. You playing a dude. You sure you don't want to be Adam Bashir? We give Kevin Gribio a call. He give you some feedback on it and everything like that, and you might be able to call Marvel back and say, hey, what about this character? You don't want to do that. And that character actually has the potential to be in a relationship with another black character, Monica Rambeau. You don't want to do that? You don't want to do that? Oh, you didn't know? You didn't? Oh, okay. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have my team send your team some stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna have my team send your team some stuff so you can get some research on it. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish, well, you know, they in essence, I don't believe they know. I don't believe they know, and I don't believe they know who to contact. They ain't got no. Here we go. You ready? Black actors ain't got black comic book friends. It's a, what we say, you said it's still Bruce. Yeah, it's still Bruce. It's always Bruce. They fed up the entire. They upped up. They did. They did. And I'm like, and that's why I said you got to. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you go back to Age of Ultron, okay, well that was okay. Well, Ultron took Claw's arm. I don't. Okay. And then you go to Captain America: Civil War. You're like, okay, well, Claw actually was trying to take out T'Chaka's family. As T'Chaka jumped in the way, and after T'Chaka got dirt out, T'Challa picked up the sonic cannon, and that's how Claw lost his arm. Hunter, T'Challa, and Shuri were there when that went down. But now in Captain America: Civil War, T'Chaka just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And when T'Challa can maim Zemo, because Claw said in Age of Ultron, he got the tattoo on the back of his neck because he stole from Wakanda. Okay, so you got this branded on the back of your neck because you stole from Wakanda. But Zemo, who actually deleted the king of Wakanda, don't get nothing. No reason to wear his mask, his iconic mask. No reason to wear his iconic mask going forward. No, Zemo get to go dancing. And then, for no reason whatsoever, because Hunter would have been the one to get that payback, because that's T'Chaka's oldest. You just give it to Bucky for no reason, because Bucky don't do nothing White Wolf-like. Bucky don't do nothing Hunter-ish, because Hunter would have deleted Zemo. It can't be, well, it's me and you took my pops. No, Hunter finna get you Ghost before T'Challa get you Ghost. With no question, no hesitation whatsoever. You know that as a Black Panther fan, you care about that as a Black Panther fan. Shuri want to give Zemo that fade. Let's be clear. While we got Black Panther 2, Zemo is still alive. You know how angry Shuri was at Namor for deleting Ramunda? You never saw her be angry, and Zemo's still alive. And do we know where Zemo is? Did we watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Zemo is in a Wakandan prison. Let me say that one more time. Because Ayo took Zemo into custody. He didn't go back to the Rab. Ayo took him into custody. So Zemo is sitting right there in a Wakandan prison. Shorty 38 hot. Nothing. And y'all like, Theo, they call me the grill for a reason. They call me a receipt keeper for a reason. That's sitting right there. No. That's T'Challa's origin, completely effed all the way up. That's Shuri's origin, effed all the way up. Do we know how? Watch this. Do we know how Shuri became the Black Panther, or do we not care? Because that ain't it. If you a Shuri fan, do you care? Does it matter? Because all that nonsense this folk was saying before Black Panther 2 came out, while Black Panther 2 was out, after Black Panther 2, that's not Shuri's origin story. Why you know Diana's origin story better than Shuri's origin story, but you a Black Panther fan? That ain't no question I got to ask. That ain't no question I got to answer. I know her origin story. And I ain't ever said I'm a Shuri fan. But for me not to be a Shuri fan, let's see. My first customized action figure was Shuri as the griot. For me to not be a Shuri fan, I got 2 Black Panther action figures as Shorty, one from the comics and one from the movie. That's for me not being a Shorty fan. I have the Shorty action figure based off the MCU. How many Shorty action figures I got for me not to be a Shorty fan? I own the Claws of the Panther. I'm doing the comic book review on that. Doom War, Power, Deadliest Other Species. But I'm not a Shorty fan. But I know way more about Shorty's origin story than quite a few Shorty fans. How? See, this is me. I hold myself accountable. It's not right for me to know more about the white characters than the black characters. You need me to say that one more time? It's not right. That's what I say to myself. It's not right for me as a proud black man to know more about the white fictional characters than the black fictional characters. That don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me for me to care more about the white characters than I care about the black characters. It don't make sense to me for me to campaign for the white characters to come to the live action, big screen, small screen, than the black characters. It makes absolutely no sense to me as a proud black man for me to want to see a black actor play the role of a white character. That makes no sense. Just like it makes no sense for me to want to see a white actor play the role of a black character. No, that don't make no sense to me. As a proud pro-black man, I want to see the black actors play the black characters. And I want to see them use their prestige, be used to uplift these black characters that's been in existence since I was a kid, that black folks with me, damn near 60, still know little to nothing about. They picked names of important characters and just threw them on the different people on little to no. Yes, they did. There was zero reason to undermine T'Challa's intellectual genes in Black Panther. Not at all. It's the same excuse every time when people defend black actors playing white characters. But race doesn't change anything about the character. BS. Yep, absolutely. Speaking of Monique, she could have played Amanda Waller. She could have. Not to take anything away from Viola Davis. Viola Davis is doing a magnificent job playing Amanda Waller. She low-key embodied. Here, watch this. Because I like this one. Viola Davis. Amanda Waller. Now, mind you, that's after, watch this, CCH Pounder did the voiceover. Magnificent job, by the way. But Viola Davis. Amanda Waller is black. Can somebody pick up this role after Viola Davis, or as black people taking it off the table? Once again, one and done. I really would have liked to see a Marvel series with T'Chaka and Sion ruling the kingdom of Wakanda. Could have got it if we would have been forward thinking. Here we go. The man, first of all, to me, to see the father-son synergy, the son playing the younger version of his father was beautiful in Black Panther. I'm not gonna act like that wasn't beautiful, but to see Denzel play the Sion to his T'Chaka, I don't know if I've ever seen them two actors on screen together, but I'd have been here for it. What's going on, Mr. Moloch? What's going on? What's going on? Winston Duke, aka M'Baku, was up for the role of Luke Cage. Here we go, and it's me. And y'all know how I feel about what Winston Duke said when he did that interview. Well, I mean, you know, Winston, you go get in the gym. I wouldn't mind seeing you play Luke Cage. You got to go get in the gym, no big dog. You got to get some cuts. You got to get some definition. You got to get that. But I ain't opposed to that. I'm not finna sit up here and say, well, he played in Baku, he can't play Luke Cage. That went out the window when y'all let old girl play 2 roles. I'm good with that. Yeah, now every fair game. Now you can play more than 1 role. I'm with that. Winston Duke trying to be Batman 18. Winston Duke want to play Batman. I'm not opposed to that. What I would love to see Winston Duke play Batman, and this is what I'm saying, maybe they don't know. Play Jace. Play one of the Fox brothers. One of them is Batwing, the other one is Batman. You can be Batman, and we could get him, Morgan Freeman. I need an older sister to play Lucius Fox's wife. But yeah, why I can't get that? Watch this. I could get a movie. Y'all ready? Ryan Coogler could give me this movie right here. I got Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox. I got Winston Duke as Batman, his son. And because I know Ryan Coogler is besties with Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan could be the brother that's Batwing. And then you give me, we got some talented sisters out there and everything like that. So then you give me a sister that's going to be Lucius Fox's wife. And you can give me Michael Keaton as Batman, Bruce Wayne in an auxiliary. He just going to be on the side. He just going to show up and everything like that. But I think we got money. James Gunn, you don't see it? Now, Ryan can't be killing folks off. He can't be just deleting folks left and right. So Lucius can't take no dirt nap. Neither one of the 2 brothers can take a dirt nap. You cannot kill off the mother. No, we need to put clear-cut rules in that script for Ryan. You cannot delete anybody. This is not the MCU. I go see that. Where's Wakabi? In prison. You remember when Ramunda told Okoye, "Do you want to be where your husband at?" Now in the comics, which we ain't get to see, we saw what Wakabi betrayed Wakanda. We ain't get to see Wakabi defend Shuri as she was becoming the Black Panther. We ain't get to see that. We ain't get to see Zuri defend Shuri while she became the Black Panther. Oh no. Wakabi got locked up. Zuri, who ain't as old as Forrest Whitaker portrayed him to be, shouldn't have been like that. Zuri is a defensive end. That's Myles Garrett. Well, he was gone already. Let me not ask where Taku and Cantu at. Let me not do all that too. I'm a Black Panther fan. Like I said, I got Wakanda at the house. I'm good. The problem with the MCU that there are no real comic book fans working there, whether it be white people or black. It kind of said that. Nico Bean, I would have had him on Val's Thunderbolts team acting as a double agent for Wakanda as a redemption act. Nope, they didn't care. I remember back in the day that Rock wanted to play Luke Cage. I wonder what we would have said. I wonder what the talk would have been. I don't know, but I'm wondering what that talk would have been. I'm wondering. Ron Simmons playing Luke Cage. Booker T playing Luke Cage. I'm with that. The Rock playing Luke Cage. It's an interesting thought. Paul White, that might be a good idea. You ruined the whole, and I mean whole OG friendship with T'Challa Wakabi by making him. That never made sense to me. How the hell you take the side of the dude who isn't a. Winston Duke should play Felix Leiter from James Bond, the Black James Bond. Mr. Theo, I don't want the Batman movie if Ryan Coogler is going to direct it, because I know he, like I said, we got to write some stuff in there. We would have to write certain guarantees in there, like Ryan might know. I would need James Gunn to be strong with it. No. What I'm just thinking is, you know what? It's okay you thinking that, but no. No. Well, how about no? Well, I did no. Nope. You don't get to kill off no more characters that still got a heartbeat in the comics. No, you don't do that. Shaka Hopper, what's going on? I remember that, bro. That would have made me. I'm just saying. So, we need to figure out what we want as a whole. Fans, figure out what you want. Figure out what we want. Black fans, figure it out. We can. It's okay to agree to disagree. It absolutely is. This was just my opinion. I just wanted to ask some tough questions. So you can absolutely disagree and everything like that. It ain't a make or break. It is what it is. But I just would like us to do some serious thinking about what it is we really want. What do we really want? What do we really need? What do we really need? Because I get it. I understand it. I do. And when I say I get it, I understand it, I do. Hey, incredibly talented actor. That's a great role to have. Kang the Conqueror. He is one of the key characters in Marvel comics and everything. So I get it. I get it. But what makes a character key? It's the work that's put in from the writer in regards to the character. Artwork plays a role. How does this character look? And then it's a question whether or not fans are checking for the character. We're going to check for Kang regardless. Kang don't need no help. But Adam Brashear ain't in a comic book right now. He not. T'Challa don't have his own comic book right now. He don't. Luke Cage don't have his own comic book. He don't. Sam Wilson don't have his own comic book. He don't. James Rose don't have his own comic book. He don't. Aurora has her own comic book. Misty Knight ain't nowhere to be found. They got Frenzy sitting out here doing what? And what did they tell us? There are no viable black male X-Men. That's what they said, right? Well, if the black comic book fan ain't checking for these characters, who else is? Who else is? And while we talking about, some of us talking about focusing on maybe one or two characters, hell, we ain't even making sure they get them one or two characters right. As I asked last night, who knows Aurora Monroe's origin story? She been done twice. You still don't know a damn thing about that character other than the fact that she's a mutant. Because trust me, I'm willing to bet, as a moviegoer, you really have no idea of what Aurora Monroe is capable of as a mutant. And I'm not an Aurora Monroe fan. I'm saying that I like her, but do you know really what this character is, who she is, where she from, what she capable of? Do you really know? Like you know Bruce's story, as easily as you know Diana's story, as quickly as you know Barry's story, as easy as you know Clark's story. Do you know Aurora's story like that, where you can spit it verbatim? No, you don't. Disney would have to give him a public apology. Then he should say he would rather be Blue Marvel. You said Misty Knight in Miles's book. She is, but I'm just saying, like, that's Miles' book. That ain't no different than Sam and T'Challa being in the Avengers book. That ain't their book. So we're getting an auxiliary look at Misty. That's it. Because I'm sitting up here, I done read Miles 25 and Miles 26. Yeah, Misty in it. That's all I can tell you. She in it. She ain't doing nothing. We don't know what's going on with the relationship between Sam and Misty. Nothing. If for them to be in a relationship, for Sam and T'Challa to be both members of the Avengers, how much sense it make that T'Challa, not Sam and T'Challa. T'Challa just went over there where Misty was by himself. Sam ain't want to pay a visit. Hey girl, what's going on with you, baby? Miles, what's going on with Miles? No, oh no, okay. Cause Sam ain't doing nothing. Why Sam couldn't have been there? He ain't got his own book. I wonder if Wakanda Forever is a result of the Bob Chapek era, or is it squarely a Kevin Feige mess up? You know, that's a great question. I will answer it like this. Mike Tomlin is my football coach, and one of his quotes is, sometimes we make the simple complicated. We're very loving people. We're very forgiving people. We are. I'm talking about us as Black people. We're very, very understanding. We have no problem giving others the benefit of the doubt that they will not give us. That's what that is. Well, I'm crazy, but I ain't stupid. I'm crazy, but I ain't stupid. It's not a mess up. It's deliberate. It's deliberate. If you think about everything that I've said on this video, money was being made off of the Cosby Show. Money was being made off of Living Single. Money was being made off of Family Matters. The thing is that those shows weren't just making money. Those shows were influential. Different World was impactful and influential. Those shows checked you on being aggressive and encouraged you to be more intellectual, to be more empathetic, to be proud of who you were, that you weren't just limited to certain things. You weren't just limited to a certain dialect. You weren't just limited to acting a certain way. People saw us as police officers. People saw us as lawyers. People saw us as college students. People saw us as professors. People saw us as doctors. People saw us as detectives. They saw all of that. And then we dialed it back. They saw all of that and they heard all of that. When we had music, we could be in love in our music. We could talk about a breakup in our music. We could praise God in our music. We could tell a woman could tell a man how she felt about them in the music. We dialed it back. You saw it. You did. If you lived long enough, you saw it. We dialed it back. You're more apt today to find a sister calling another sister a bitch than you are to see a TV show that promotes Black unity amongst Black women. You're more apt to see a brother disrespect a sister on a TV show than you are to see what Dwayne and Whitley went through on Different World. That's what you go. That's what you get. You'll never get the relationship between Kyle and Overton as besties. Oh no, stars go above and beyond to show you, no, we can't have that type of relationship between two Black men. No, one of them is gonna sell the other one out, and that's what you keep getting. If you old enough, when was the last Black feel-good movie you got in the movie theater? Majority Black cast, and it was a feel-good movie. What we got? Stomp the yard. What we got? You get served. You got served. You get drumline. Well, all this stuff. No, no, no. Yeah, I know Lil Saint took a dirt nap, but what was the overall message of the movie? You ain't getting that. That ain't Bob Chapek. Bob Chapek ain't controlling it like that. No, it was what Derek said on December 8th. We don't want it to be that because that's too simple. You mean to tell me they really deleted the dude just because they didn't want us being influenced by him? Yep. Yeah, it was that simple. It was just that simple. It was just that. It was just that. And people said, well, no, they had the black cast and crew. Okay, so every black person been down for every black person since existence? No. Didn't some of us sell us into slavery? Did we not? Didn't some of us, before us got to be cognizant, was tripping over hair texture? Are we not right now in 2024 going back and forth over whether or not Aaron Pierre can play Jon Stewart? That's black folks doing that. So I don't believe it's as simple as or as complicated as the Chapek era. No, this is by grand design. What here the whole time of the movie? Men that want T'Challa recast didn't say nothing about killing off Shuri. What do we hear? Misogynistic. That was deliberate. You looked at that movie. You didn't see black men do anything. And if you think that's what that is, if you find with that, therein lies the problem. That was deliberate. Look at how that script was written. You saw black men do nothing of value in that movie except be jokes. M'Baku got one shot at across the island. And what did you see? That's one of the most fiercest warriors in Wakanda. You didn't get the same feeling from him in the first movie. No, the first part of the first movie, oh, he ain't nobody to be played with. The second part of the first movie, oh, he cracked jokes. The second movie, all he doing is cracking jokes. When did you feel like M'Baku was him? When did you get the feeling that any man in Wakanda was to be feared? Yeah, you get that from the women, but you're supposed to fear that nation, not just one gender. But then you saw what happened with the Hatu Zadaze. So that to think we got Wakanda Forever, the Woman King, and Teal all at the same time, but yep, it's some nasty work. Yep. If that ain't a ritual of nefarious reasons, then I don't know what is. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. We got all those movies the same time frame, and we tried. Some of us tried to tell people what it is. But that's exactly what you got. What did you walk away? And it wasn't just Teal. Jonathan Majors had a movie come out that same time. What was it? He got left kind of like Monica Rambeau. What was it? Inglorious? Fighter Pilot? Who feeling good about that? The whole 2022 holiday season. I'm sitting up here looking at us like, now y'all know we supposed to have something to feel good about. Y'all know that. Each was just black trauma on screen, absolutely. And Baku was buck broken to say the least. We watched the movies. So like I said, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. It is football Saturday. I'm finna go fix me something to eat, but black imagery and black representation, you figure it out. Figure it out, because I know we want certain stuff, and I know why we want certain stuff, but everything you want ain't what you need. And if we talking about we want to be taken seriously as a people, Can Jonathan Majors come back and play Kang? Should you want him to come back and play Kang? Is there not another role he could play besides Kang that's black, that could use his rub, could use his shine? Is there not one? Because I could think of more than one. And JR was the same year too, right? Yep. So was. That's why I said you got to look at that synergy way across the board. They was effing with that character in the comics at the same time they was effing with him in the MCU. If you don't read the comics, you didn't know that. Then none of that made sense. Yeah, you want to delete him because the actor has nothing to do with the comics, and you making it seem like they going hand in hand with each other. Because what did JR call Toussaint? Tosin, I'm sorry. What did JR name Tosin? What's Tosin's superhero name? And if that ain't telling, I don't know what it is. The Wakandan. Think about the arrogance for a second. Listen, I'm out. That Coogler would commit matricide on screen is diabolical. The mother is to be venerated, not wiped away with water balloons, bruh. Who did she get saved by in the comics? Two dudes. Well, no, my bad. Who saved Ramunda in the comics when Doom wanted her deleted? Oh, it was Sion. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Y'all leave your comments and everything like that. I'm gonna do my best to come back to y'all. Aside from that, remember the late great Chadwick Boseman and Don Cornelius. I wish each and every last one of y'all love, peace, and so we out.